The time has come, Flex my beer, to pour your Bud Light Seltzer.
Welcome in, everybody. It's Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for joining. I am Greg. I am being joined by the big, bright Flexplosion himself. Flex, how's it going?
It's going great, Greg. I don't know many things, but I do know one thing. This episode's about to go off.
I think you nailed it, because joining us on the other end is everyone's favorite beer girl, Beergirl Melissa. How's it going?
Why, hello, Greg. It's going well now that I'm not frozen and I'm actually in the studio with both of you. Hey, Flexi. How you doing?
What up, Mel? I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Oh, I like this little back and forth here. No one can understand a word either of you are saying. It's great.
It's a battle of the accents. Who will win,
Yeah.
Midwest or Northeast? Stay tuned.
Somebody's going to start talking about potatoes at some point, and then I don't know what
Cheese.
else. Cheese.
We're
curds.
going to fight about pizza, whose bread is better.
Mel doesn't
yeah.
eat cheese, so then she's gonna. It's gonna be a whole thing.
We're kicking her off the show.
Here we go.
I'm very excited, you guys. Not only are we getting to hang out with Mel, but there's a reason she's here besides just being awesome. She was nice enough to send Flex, nice enough for my liking, to send Flex some fantastic beverages that we are going to sample. They're going to sample later on. She got her hands on the fall package of the Bud Light Seltzers, and we're going to pop Flex's cherry on that one. It's going to be messy.
I'm excited to be the one to do that.
It's gonna be like like an episode of Dexter. It's just gonna be just gross everywhere.
October 15th coming back out. Dexter, the next season. I'm excited for it.
Oh, and September 22nd, Flex having a seltzer. Excited for that too.
Ew.
Just as messy.
Shameless plugs.
So very excited for that. We have a couple of voicemails that were left in our inbox. We've got some great beers to talk about. Some booze news, of course. GABF was a couple of weeks ago. We've got a couple of things to recap from there, and so much more. But if you guys don't mind, I'm feeling quite parched over here, so I am going to do a little review. Mel gets to see how stupid we are that nobody else gets to see.
I forgot nobody sees us do that, so
I actually really appreciate it, and I'm glad that I was able to fist bump amongst the best of them.
No one fist bumps like Flex does.
Facts.
Just facts. All right, I'm drinking over here. This is going to be a very, very long description because it's Stone Brewing, and they're always long. This is their 25th Anniversary Triple IPA. Coming in at 12.5%, 100 plus IBUs.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I feel like I need some Sensodyne afterwards because my teeth are gonna.
It sounds like
lose
your
all
tongue is
enamel.
just gonna disintegrate and fall out of your mouth. And
yeah, I've just jumped in a time machine back to 1999. It is gonna be very bitter.
I was gonna say, I feel like you need a chaperone for that one. I don't know what's gonna happen when you're done with that.
We'll find out. It's got a surprisingly high, given the stats, 4.17 on Untapped and a 90 on Beer Advocate. People are not holding back. They're liking the booze. Stone says, it was 25 years ago that we planted our flag in North County, San Diego. We showed up to a modest, empty warehouse with some mighty big dreams. We thought people deserved a world with better beer, and we were determined to be part of a cultural transformation we believed could happen. Even though few others shared our vision. Words are already getting hard.
Greg.
This massive triple IPA is another important milestone in our continuing journey. After a quarter of a century and quite a few twists and turns, we're still here. Here for hops, here for quality, here for making great mistakes. Here for more good times, here for another round. We thank you sincerely for the years of support and pledge that we will, as always, strive to live up to the reasons for your loyalty. And boy, did they not disappoint on this big boy. This, like I said, brings me back to the early days of craft beer drinking. They've been around for 25 years. I haven't been drinking for 25 years. I had to do the math today. I was like, 15 years. I've been drinking for 15 years, everybody. Anyways, this bad boy on the nose, you get some of that warm alcohol coming through, a lot of malt and a little bit of bitterness on the old tongue jumper.
Dive right in, baby.
Get it.
I hope it doesn't get the bends coming back up. Ooh, that is big and boozy. You definitely, I mean, does it taste like 12.5%? No, but it tastes like double digits. There is some warmth in there from the alcohol. I get a little peach from, must be from the hops coming in there with some nice malty old school backbone and just ends real dank and real warm. The hops they use are Centennial, Citra, Chinook, Cascade, Belma, Simcoe, Amarillo, and Sabro. So you're getting all kinds of hop flavor. I will admit I was, I don't want to say afraid of this one, but just it seemed like it could have been like a big gimmicky beer. Stone's done, and quite a few of those. This is actually really good. I was afraid of cracking a 12.5 open on a weeknight, but it's actually surprisingly good, and I would definitely drink another one.
I mean, you're with us.
I wasn't sure if this podcast would get recorded, with a 12% beer, so.
That's true. And I am with you guys. I'm in a safe space here.
Absolutely. You are totally good. But I appreciate Stone. I got to tell you, they're one of my favorites. Like, they're one of the first craft beers that I've had. And keep doing what you're doing, Stone. So kudos to you. And if their anniversary beer was a gimmick, then that's kind of cruddy. I feel like anniversary beers really need to be
this was good.
One of their own.
Yeah, this was good. And I too appreciate Stone. I know they've gotten some shit as of late, especially on the gram. But Stone got me into the craft world. Cali Belgique was one of my first beers and one of the beers that really got me into it. And every time, poor Stone, every time they do one of those polls on the gram where it's like, what beer should we bring back? I just flood it with Cali Belgique. I'm sure they're ready to block me at this point. It's like, come on, bring it back, guys.
Like, okay, well, no one else responded to this, but Greg from Craft Beer Republic really wants it.
970 Cali Belgiques. Wow.
Maybe they got one sitting in the cellar that they're just going to send you, like 25 years aged.
Oh,
enjoy.
I mean, I don't know how a Belgian IPA would age, but
that would go very well.
I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll see how it goes.
I almost think that we could use that in chemical warfare if they have one sitting in the back. Like, you could just send that over and nuke somebody with it. Like, I don't know that that's safe.
Especially
I wouldn't want to open it.
Yeah, warm that up. Get a little banana flavor going on.
He hates banana.
Go banana.
Oh my gosh.
Anywho, good beer. If you guys see it out there, grab it. It's a limited time thing for the anniversary, which was in August. So happy 25 to Stone.
Happy 25 Stone. Right on.
Yes, indeed. Flex, you don't get a lot of Stone out there, do you?
I mean, we get every now and then.
You get like the basics.
Yeah, we get the Buena Vesa, though, which is delicious. That Mexican lager. Yeah, it's super, super crushable summer beer. That Never Ending Haze they came out with, that was all right.
Yeah,
and then that Notorious Pog, I think, was that like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
but that one was fucking rad, dude. That Pog flavor on that, and like like 9%.
I don't think it was that big, was it?
Oh, it was big. It was like 8 or 9%. But
I was pounding them all summer long.
Oh yeah, you couldn't tell that it was that big, but it snuck up on you quick.
Yeah, that thing was good. So, awesome. Well, a lot to get to. Like I said, a couple things to mention real quick. I had an interview with the fine folks over at Lawless Brewing last weekend, and that is over in North Hollywood, California. Brand new brewery. They just opened at the very, very end of April. It's funny. Turns out, like, I've sort of have a connection to the brewer. Like, we've met in the past, and it was so funny getting to learn our history. I was like, oh wait, you brewed at this other place. So that was fun. And great place. We sampled like basically everything they had on tap, which ended up being like 11 beers. Hopefully you don't hear the 11 beers by the end of the interview.
That's two brewery interviews in a row where you guys just tried them all, hey?
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, next week we're going to have the episode with Jack Dyer from Topa Topa. So if you guys are especially out here in this area, Topa Topa is a staple in Ventura County. They're always turning out good stuff. So it was a huge get for me to get Jack on the show. So I'm excited for next week for that one to come out. And once again, we tried like 9 or 10 beers during the interview.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can hold it together by the end of that interview and nobody knows, then you really, really are stealthy at being drunk. So
you guys let me know. Let me know at the end if you can tell if I'm shit or not.
That'll be my first call in, Greg. That'll be my first call in for sure.
We'll see how hard you're enunciating.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me come to Topa Topa for this interview.
Goddamn Alaskans.
Yeah. Those silly Alaskans. So look for that next week with Topa, and then in a couple weeks with Lawless. Very excited for that. And a brewery we had on the show, I think this was 3 years ago, Batch 107, Flatfish Brewing. I got this. This was so funny. I got this ad on Instagram where it was like, come for a home buying seminar. And we already own a home, but they said, free drinks at Flatfish Brewing and food, like dinner and free beer. We're like, okay.
Done.
I mean,
Sold.
from 15 minutes away, we get free beer and drink or free food and drinks. And we are looking to potentially, upgrade our housing situation. So it's like, maybe we learned something, but worst case scenario, we get free beer out of it.
Free beer is always great.
Yeah, sign me up.
So we went, and the seminar was total crap. It was like a multi-level marketing bullshit.
Oh, that's the worst.
First thing they did was hand us this piece of paper asking for our social security number. I was like, that's not going to happen.
No.
But we had some beverages and got to hang out with Mike, who's the brewer, and Chris, his wife. We actually kind of escaped the seminar at one point. We were just hanging out, talking to them. And Mike's like, come look what I'm doing. And they're also a winery. And we went back, and he had some grapes fermenting and stuff. And he was showing us what he was working on.
Very cool.
And
That's fun.
Brand new batch of blonde he let us try that he's been working on. So it ended up being fun. The seminar was so dumb. And not their fault at all. Somebody just rented out their space and they provided the beer. But it was ended up being a good night because we had a few beverages and hung out with Mike and Chris.
Yeah.
So good times.
I would have bought the house, and my husband will let you know that I am the most gullible. Like, I can't say no. And so if they had given me free beer, I would have been like, Lou, we just have to buy this house for $750,000 and then we can do it. On our honeymoon, I got us into like a crazy timeshare for like $30,000 because they were popping champagne. And then he was like, it's your honeymoon. I can't say no. I have to make you happy. My wife wants to pop champagne. Do it. We just got rid of it. We've been married for 14 years. I was like, get rid of this thing. Don't let me do it again. And then I tried to do it the next year when we went back because they make you go every year. God. I was like, let's just get another one we can upgrade. He's like, you're stupid and drunk. Stop. No. The answer is no. I was like, okay.
It's a good thing you have him with you now. He's like your filter.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Well, this true. Wasn't even like like a timeshare where you buy in and this much a year.
No, this is a house.
But it's not even a house. It's like you should buy a house, and we want to be your realtor / mortgage team / this. And
all right, I got you.
So, but it was very schemy, and at one point, the quote unquote mortgage guy was telling us why if you rent, you're literally throwing your money down the toilet. And then about 40 seconds later, talked about how he still rents his house. I was like, oh, I can't believe a word you say. You're clearly
there's nothing worse than a pyramid scheme except for people who are horrible at running them. I mean, that's just come on.
You nailed it.
That's just like a mic drop right there. Just
good night, everybody. Yeah, you fucking nailed it. I mean, and I was getting a little, buzzy. It had a couple beers and I hadn't eaten yet. And so then I started like making comments. Once that hit, I lost what little respect I had for them. And I'm sitting there like making comments to my wife. She's like, shut up, people are going to hear. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
these guys are fucking idiots.
At that point, I wouldn't fucking care, not one bit.
At one point, they started pointing around the crowd like, what do you want to do financially in 5 years? Or where do you want to be financially in 5 years? And people are like, I want to, own a house or not have debt. And he pointed at me. I was like, be fucking rich. He's like, I mean, that's a good goal. I was like,
that sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah, I was a little over it. So, but like I said, had some tasty beverages. So the night ended not so bad after all.
There you go.
You should have said, hopefully not buying into your scheme, you idiot.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot.
Hopefully not trying to undo the fact that I gave you my social security number in 5 years. Spoiler, I did not give him my social security. That was the other part. He came over at the end and was like, hey, did you guys get a chance to turn in your whatever form? I was like, no. He's like, did you fill it out yet? No. He's like, oh, well, you need to do that. I was like, that's not going to happen.
No.
He's like, oh, but we need everybody. I was like, no. And he just walked away finally.
Yeah, I'm married to a salesman. So for him, he's like, all right, let's hear your pitch. And if you convince me, he's like, I might consider taking the paper with me. Other than that, basically no. Or he'll hire them. That's also how he hires people. He's like, I like how you're selling. Come work for me.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Also, you can't get anything past them.
No, he can read through all the BS. He's very good at that. But he still doesn't say no to me. Hence the timeshare.
Yeah. And smart man. And I'm just like the most pessimistic person ever. Like I walk into like a car lot just ready to walk away, no matter how bad I want the car. I always have a fuck off just chambered, ready to go.
You're like, I'm not buying this. Show me your car. The answer is no.
That's how you get the deals, though.
Well, I had one guy. I always do my research when I make big purchases, and now we're going way off. But like when I was buying my car a few months ago, I went to one dealership. I knew the car, I knew what it was worth, and I knew that specific car had been a rental beforehand. And I was looking for signs of it being a rental, and sure enough, like some of the window buttons were worn, and like there were some small things that was like clearly this was a rental, and they were overcharging for it. And I told the guy, I was like, "Look, I know what this is worth, and I know that it was a rental." I said, "You really need to come down to about this price." And he goes, "Well, we could sell it," and I forget the numbers exactly, but it was like $8,000 more. He's like, "We could sell it for this much at auction." And I said to them, "Why the fuck aren't you?" And he's like, "Well, we need cars for whatever holiday it was, like Memorial Day. We need cars for Memorial Day." And I was like, "So you're telling me you're leaving like $8,000 on the table just so you can have cars for Memorial Day? That's stupid business." And then he just kept repeating himself. Yeah, I was like, "All right, I'm leaving." He goes, "You're going to walk away?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." I said, "You're insane." He goes, "All right, I will come down $500.
What? That's not even anything. It's a car. You're talking thousands. Get out of my face.
I was like, "That's rude. I'd rather you come down nothing. Just hold your ground at this point." So
I just like how you're like Greg Sherlock Holmes with a fucking magnifying glass looking at the goddamn window buttons like, "Oh, yes, those are pretty worn. I see fingerprints still on them. This is worth
kicking the tires.
$8,000 less than you have it stickered for, sir."
Mercy.
With your monocle.
Monocle. I even put on a fake mustache that day.
Your mustache. You're like twisting it.
Had to like hold it on one side and twist it on the other because you
have the pipe that has bubbles come out of it.
What do you think about this jalopy over here? See, you will give me a better deal. You will. I said good day. Sorry, too far.
Oh my goodness,
not far enough ever.
Never too far.
Always go further. All right, we have a couple of voicemails. I'm going to leave it up to the peanut gallery here. Do we want to hear from our friend Fontana Jim first, or the homie Chew Your Beer?
Let's save Chew Your Beer for the finale.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he finishes big. That's what she said. That's what she said.
All right, in that case, let's check in with Fontana Jim.
Hey, Greg, the Fontana Jim calling you. And something else I'd like to get off my chest. I went to Barrel Republic a couple weeks ago down in Carlsbad. It's actually pretty fun to watch people get fucking shittered and can't hold their liquor. I have never seen more people trying desperately to hold their shit together than at a bill yourself and pour yourself beer place. Comments? Questions? Do they have these in the Midwest? Let me know, Flex. Later.
Do they have these pour your own beer places, Flex?
So far, not in the Milwaukee area or any of the surrounding areas that I know of. I don't think we have.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Meaning the good land.
It's coming.
It's Algonquin. No, I don't think we have a establishment like that in the state yet. I know I've seen them in Florida, and that's about the only place I've seen.
Florida's got everything.
Well, yeah, they don't have rules.
Florida. Right.
That's one of those places where you load up the card and then you can go to each place.
You swipe it and you charge by the ounce.
I've never been to one for beer, but I have been to one for wine, and I will tell you, don't tell me how much to pour. So yes, I would say it's a dangerous thing. The people that work there don't care how much you're drinking. They don't care what you do. You've paid for it already. So you're right. People are probably trying to hold their stuff together, and it might be a little embarrassing, but as long as there's somebody to drive them home, I mean, do we really care?
That's true.
Break out the popcorn and watch. Have fun.
I've yet to go to one of those yet. There is one semi-close to me, and
they're cool.
Yeah, now I got to go get shitter. I got to get somebody to drive me, I guess. But
no, definitely. You cannot drive yourself to that because you'll be like 4 ounce pour, 4 ounce pour. They're all 4 ounce pours, and then you have like 15 and you're like, shit.
At some point,
now
it's
I'm
like when
trouble.
you're a kid. It's like when you're a kid and you're like at the soda fountain.
Mixing it. You just mixed every single one. You're like, let's mix them all together. We have a nice cuvee.
It was worth with the slushies when you could do it with the slushies, just all the different flavors. That never ends up well.
I got yelled at a 7-Eleven for that. I was doing I was going down the line at slush. The guy's like, "You can't do that." I was like, "I'm not making a mess, and I'm going to pay for it. Like, what the fuck do you care?"
Why wouldn't you be able to do that?
I don't know. This guy was stupid.
I thought you were paying for the cup size and not what was in the cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
He got super pissed, and I was like, "Well, all right." So I just took a big sip out of it and left the cup there and walked out.
Maybe the dude had OCD or something. He's like, if you don't fill it all red, I'm going to go insane.
Green can't touch red. That'd be great. He's the same guy that like his mustard and ketchup can't touch if it's on the plate. Like, oh, he's got to separate and divide. And
yeah, he probably just shouldn't put mustard on it, though.
Yeah.
Do not eat next to me. I am not that person. I want everything to intermingle. I'm like whipping it up. Everything is mixed. I don't like that. I hate separation. Everything should be together.
Barbecue sauce on your mashed potatoes, that's the jam.
That A1 sauce on your mashed potatoes is the real jam.
There's a place out here called Wood Ranch, and their barbecue sauce is like sweet and tangy. So it's a little bit like A1 and barbecue sauce kind of mixed.
Yeah.
You put that shit on your mashed potatoes.
Hell yeah. I once made a
Very
sandwich.
Local. People are like, what are you talking about?
I'm kind of disgusting. I once made a sandwich. It was like pulled pork, and then I put mashed potatoes on top, and then some barbecue sauce, and then I ate that as a sandwich.
Welcome to the 420 hour.
There's a place in Jersey where my husband used to go to college, and it's called Fat Cats, and like you can get a sandwich, and they have French fries, mozzarella sticks, cheesesteak, a burger, hot dog, like everything on one. You choose what you want in it, but it's like all of the things on one sandwich, and it is holy crap. You're gonna have a heart attack, but it's delicious. So yeah,
hashtag worth it.
Worth it, totally. Yeah.
It's all about
College
the gains. It's all about the gains.
Weight gains, yeah. All about the cholesterol and
gains is gains, Greg.
And...
Gains is gains.
Hey, you didn't specify. You just said gains. I'm here for it. All right, Mel, you ready to tell us what you're drinking over there?
I am, and I'm excited. So this was sent to me by a certain.
Just wait. He's gonna do the thing.
Sorry.
I mean, it's okay.
Do the thing, Greg. I'm sorry.
Fine,
I told you I talk a lot.
It's fine. I'll do the thing. Here's the thing.
In the pen.
He calls to the bullpen for beer.
All right, now it's your turn to do the thing.
Well, thank you for letting me do the thing. And Flex, thank you for showing me how to do the thing properly. So I'm really excited because a certain special someone that might be in the room with me on this computer sent this. And I am drinking Humble C. This is their Socks and Sandals. It's their orange cream. It's a DDH foggy IPA. And Flex, this one's for you because you're the Wisco kid. And we know that Wisconsin is all about fashion faux pas and socks and slides.
So, do you come to Milwaukee often?
Sorry.
It's 6.6%. It's 4.01 on Untapped. Also, I never look at Untapped. I did it just for you, Greg.
Thanks.
But this is an IPA. It's double dry hopped with Citra, Simcoe, Centennial, and how do you say it? Chinook?
That's how I say it. Chinook.
That's how I say Chinook.
Chinook.
Yes.
Chinook hops.
Like the helicopter?
So on the nose, it's definitely got that orange and vanilla scent to it. And when you sip it, it's also hazy. I forgot nobody's looking at us. This is all audio.
But we like to see it. I mean, we're weird like
That's
that.
the difference between a vlogger and a blogger.
Right.
Really, really smooth, just super juicy, really nice. It's got a really, like a nice hint of orange with a nice vanilla finish. Those hops are really not bitter at all. It's very smooth. Greg, if you couldn't pick a better beer for me, I mean, this is perfect. And actually, creamsicle is my favorite ice cream of choice.
Oh, fuck. I win all around.
There you go.
Greg
Thank you.
for the win.
Way to go, Greg. You are the champion of today.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I did have to battle that one out of my wife's hands. That is like her favorite. It's fine. We have more.
Well, thank you for sharing.
I bought multiples, but she loves that. She's not a huge IPA fan at all. She loves that one.
Oh my gosh. It's really pleasing. I feel like anybody would like this.
How
you don't have to be a beer drinker.
Is it?
Pleasing enough for me not to say it on air. Stay tuned for Craft Beer Republic After Dark.
You got to pay extra for that one. You turned into a Craft Beer Republic's OnlyFans page for the real review.
Showing carbs and toes.
Yeah, that's where we find out how short Flex's shorts really are.
Flex, what's under those socks and slides? We're all curious.
Perfectly manicured toes.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Please don't respond.
It's probably for the best. Let's be honest here. Very well. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I short notice, like, I got to get you a microphone and some beers because I don't want the mic to travel by itself. That'd just be rude. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a quick pick.
I was pumped. I'm like really excited to send you some stuff back as a thank you.
Oh, I'm as Nicole would say, I'm here for it. So
Yes.
all right. Anybody in this room from New York?
Heyo.
All right.
How you doing?
As if you guys couldn't tell, especially from the opening. Ludicrous libation laws. This week we'll go to New York for obvious reasons. Did you know that it's illegal to use the word saloon in a bar's name?
I did not know that, but that makes sense because I've never seen it used in a bar's name.
Apparently there was a place called O'Neill's Saloon, and he got busted for using saloon, and he had to change it. So he just changed one letter, and he called it O'Neill's Balloon.
Oh, I was going to say salon.
That's
like
what
it's
I was
a salon
thinking.
of beer. Just get rid of one
What I
O.
was thinking.
But it's Neil's Balloon, and they serve helium infused beer,
That would be awesome.
right? Your
We
voice
cuvee
changes.
this with helium.
Take a sip of beer and you just start talking like this.
Everybody's having a great time today.
I am having a really good time. Barkeep, I'll have one more.
I just want everybody to know that was Flex.
No, it
This
could
should
have been
be
me. You would
specified.
have never known.
It could have
Nah, it was the other guy.
been. Sure it was.
I'm having
all right.
fun. Nah.
We've got a juice box boy, please and thank you. Juice box boy, you've been dismissed.
He is Juicebox Boy.
That's why I said it.
Before we get to not only the seltzers, which I cannot wait for Flex's face. I should do like a screen recording when we do this.
Oh my god!
Don't do that.
As well as
No.
choose voicemail. I want to recap quickly some of the cooler things about GABF that went on a couple weeks ago. Not a big in-person thing. They canceled the in-person stuff thanks to the Rona once again, but still awards must go on. So a few fun things. Top 5 most entered categories were Juicy or Hazy IPA. Shocking.
Shocker.
Wow.
Yeah, American Style IPA, Fruited American Sour, German Style Wheat Ale. Surprised to see that one. And then German Style Pilsner. Pilsner's making a comeback over here.
Outstanding.
I'm honestly happy about it because I feel like we really need some like easier, crushable Crispies making a comeback. So yes, cheers to that.
Yeah. I love the Crispies, especially when it's hot like this. It's been so hot here.
Here too.
Please keep it crispy as can be.
Yeah.
Brewery of the Year awards, and this is by size, so under 250 barrels. I'm so excited for this one. Radiant Beer Company out of Anaheim, California. We had them on the show almost a year
Right
ago.
on, dude. You love
They're
Radiant.
so good. They're less than a year. Did I send you a Radiant?
You did. You actually did. Yeah, I'm excited. I saw it because I like the can art. It's the Kolsch.
Oh, that was the collab
Yeah.
with Topa. Topa's on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
That one's fun. It's not what you expect. I'll just say that much.
Okay,
that one's
cool.
really fun. And then under 500 barrels, Main and Six Brewing Company out of Jacksonville, Florida. Under 1,000 barrels, Moontown Brewing out of Whitestown, Indiana. Under 2,000 barrels, Cloudburst Brewing out of Seattle. Under 5,000, Short Fuse Brewing out of Schiller Park, Illinois.
I was really psyched to hear about that one. Yeah, Short Fuse is one of the breweries who got me, when I got back into my craft beer craze about 2.5 years ago. Short Fuse, huge in a part of that. So I saw that they won Best Brewery for that, and I thought that was absolutely outstanding for them.
Congrats to everybody. Under 15,000, Sudwork Brewing, and under 100,000, Allagash Brewing. So just some note. I could go through like all the winners. I think we'd be here. All day.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
be here all day.
People want some shit. Congrats.
Beer's good. Cheers.
Cheers to
Exactly.
that.
All right. Should we check in with our homie Chew Your Beer?
do
Yes,
it.
please. Yeah. Chocotazo.
I have to preface this a little bit. this relates to Flex. You had that Mason Ale Works Beer Zombie beer on the show like 3-4 weeks ago. I think at this point, few weeks ago. Anyways, it's in response to that.
What a Craft Beer Republic, True You Be here again, homie. You guys talked about Mason Ale Works and Beer the Zombie. I drink the zombie beers, but I won't drink anything Mason Ale Works touches. Reason being, I had an altercation with them. I got family in Maui. They were visiting in San Diego. So we went to San Marcos, Urge, which is Mason Ale Works and Urge. It's a combined company where Mason Ale Works has a brewery in there and they have a restaurant. There's a bowling, a nice liquor bar. It's a really nice spot, homie. So we walk in and the hostess says there's no space. We were early. It was like noon. They just opened. There was maybe 1 or 2 tables taken out, but the rest were empty, homie. The hostess says that she's booked and she can't sit us. And my brother-in-law, being a white guy from Hawaii, he just walks in and, he's sitting down or whatever. And the girl looks at all of us, homie, and says, you know what? If I did sit you down, you would have to spend more than $40 a person, Holmes. I know what that means already. She don't want me there, Holmes. She don't want me and my family, homie. My cousin's Mexican. Her husband's white. At the end of the day, homie, we'll all bleed green. So took our asses out of there. We went to San Marcos Bar and Grill, Brewery and Grill or some shit like that down the street. They treated us with total respect. I ended up dropping $500 there and tipping my waitress about $100 and something bucks. It was a huge controversy, man, because I'm a big member of the Perfect Pour podcast. What happened is a lot of the listeners started sending Yelp reviews to this Urge in San Marcos, homie. Shit you not, one of the management of Mason got a hold of me. Anyways, they apologized, homie. They said that wasn't them. That wasn't, they didn't happen. I said, that's, whatever. I even gave her the time and date that we were there because I remember texting my cousin that we were waiting for them when they pulled up. So I had all that time stamped. She kept going around it. And, at the end of the day, the owner of Mason Ale Works got a hold of me and he offered me a whole day at Urge, homie, like covered, like paid for me and whoever I wanted to bring. I told him no. He offered me a gift card to use at any Mason Ale Works or any establishment like that. I think he was offering me like $500-600, homie. What I did is I told him, I'm not taking your money. I said, go ahead and use that money and train your employees not to see color, but to see people, because we were there to spend money. Ever since that day, Holmes, I have not touched Mason Ale Works beer. It's good beer, but if they can't fix their issues like that, Holmes, and I know San Marcos is a city that doesn't really appreciate people like myself, Holmes. I bleed money just like everybody else does, and I was there to spend money. And little did they know that, True Your Beer was at their door, Holmes, and they kind of fucked up because, I'm LA greatness, and they ruined it, Holmes. So a lot of my followers and listeners of the podcast, where I'm a huge community member, they stopped purchasing their stuff, Holmes. So Flex, big ups to you, homie. You enjoy them for me, but I'll never drink Mason Ale Works. Beer the Zombie, I'll drink that as long as he doesn't collaborate with Mason, or if it's a good beer that I like. If my favorite brewery, 818 Brewery, was to collaborate with Mason Ale Works, I wouldn't drink it. I'll drink everything else, but I wouldn't drink that. This is True Your Beer. You had to watch it, homies. Peace out, eh?
Thanks, Drew, for calling in. And I'm sorry you had such a shit experience at Mason Ale Works.
Yeah, it sounds horrible.
Not to bring things down and get serious. And I almost didn't play that voicemail. I was like, you know what? It's a little serious for the show. We're like, I was like, you know what? People should hear this. If they're going to go spend their monies, then let them decide where they want to spend their monies based on the type of business they are.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I agree 100% with that. And that's just absolutely horrible. But like you said, people shouldn't see the fucking color. It's all about just treating somebody treat somebody how you want to be treated, right?
And we all bleed green.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to interject as well. And I'm just going to say, Chew Your Beer. way to go for sticking to your guns, man. I appreciate that. Also, I am stubborn AF, so I agree. If I felt like I was treated bad, not only would I tip them on the way out, and I would tip them heavily and be like, I'm not even buying something here. Here's $500 and go somewhere else. But I feel you, bro. People don't realize who's going to spend the money. So way to go for you. But also, yeah, that's kind of a shit situation. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Shitty indeed. So,
now to back up my guy, Chew Your Beer, I will never purchase another Mason Ale Works beer ever again.
I can't get them here, so no worry.
Yeah, they're not on their way to New York. And thanks to you, they'll never be on their way to New York.
Never coming to Beer World ever, shutting them down. You've heard it here first, folks.
They're going to call you tomorrow like, hey, we have some Mason Ale Works. I would like to come in and maybe have a little shelf on your store there. Like, no, fuck you guys.
Never. That's how stubborn I am.
We've totally ruined your business at this point. You're like, can you delete this podcast?
Yeah, they're going to be like, Melissa, shut up.
Yeah.
She does not represent us. She does not represent us.
Anyways, if you guys want to leave us a voicemail, good or bad, 805-538-BEER, 2337. Let us know what's going on. Leave us a drunk voicemail or a voicemail about beer experiences, whatever you got. All right. You two, not in California. What do you think? You want to drink a little seltzer?
The time has come, Flex my beer, to pour your Bud Light seltzer.
I don't have...
I know. You're so upset, but you are the one that called me out. Remember, you asked me to be on this show. You asked me to send this to you, and you said you would drink it because you love me so much.
Okay, so first off, yes, I do love you.
For moral support, I have my Costco.
Yeah, you got a
Kirkland brand.
They're straight up White Claws. I was at a family party. I was like, Kirkland is not doing the worst.
No,
they're not doing the best.
Worst.
I mean,
Here's the thing. They're like less than $1 a can.
Right. And it is White Claw. And I will just say that, White Claw, I'm calling you out. You are selling to Costco. Do not lie.
I looked it up.
No?
It's not White Claw. It's a family-owned brewing operation. Technically, this is craft.
It tastes exactly like a White Claw. And if you look back at my seltzer tasting, I don't really love it.
I hear Kirkland's vodka is highly rated. And it's
Goose.
Supposed to be compared to Goose. Yeah, it's Goose.
I hear it is Goose.
Oh, okay. See, I've heard
That's
it.
What I've heard.
This is what I'm saying. I think they're either the recipe is out there and they're buying it somehow, or they're all friends in the background.
Yeah.
Because they're all billionaires. They're probably rubbing elbows.
Yeah. Because sometimes they will partner with a brand and just
give
take
me that
the name
elbow.
off of it. And they'll just take the name out. I'm pretty sure their vodka is Grey Goose. It's just Kirkland vodka. And I think I looked this up the last year or something. I think their whiskey is Bullet. So good stuff. But their seltzer, it passes.
So remember, I am also in New York, so therefore our Costco's do not sell that stuff.
Oh.
We get the seltzers and all of that, but we have liquor stores and then we have beer and wine, but not even wine. I can't even say that. That's a lie. Low ABV wine. So we're totally different, and we're not a one-stop shop. New York's
Costco,
very hard
you
to
get it
deal
all.
with.
That's so
New York,
weird.
nothing's easy in New York.
Yeah,
Nothing's
that's so
easy in New
weird
York.
to
It's
hear.
you have to make 17 stops to have your day start.
California, we're all about going to one place to get your food and your beverage needs.
Yep.
I like that. I know. I actually it was the weekend before the shutdown. I was in LA for one of my friends' weddings. And so we went to Target and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's liquor in here. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, I'm going to record. And my friend Adrienne, she's like, you're fucking weird. She's like, why are you recording this? I'm like, never seen anything like it.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
super
know.
normal.
It's so normal.
It's super
So
normal.
normal.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
It's weird for me when I go out of state.
Right.
And you run to those states where you have to go to the liquor. Or Colorado, you can get anything under, I think, 6% in a grocery store, and everything over, you have to go to a liquor store. It's so fucking weird.
Well, Colorado has that 3.2 beer because of the altitude. I remember that. I remember that from when our friends lived out there. But yeah, no, New York is a weird state, and everything's about money and taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, shall we?
Let's
Okay.
do this. I am
Ready?
so fucking excited.
First off, can I just preface this whole sequence of the show?
Preface away.
Please do.
So, the reason I called out Mel is because I did want her to be on the show. I think she would be great, and she's doing great.
Aww.
I've grown to have a great relationship with her as of the last almost 10 months now. And,
I mean, I feel like it's been a lifetime, but yes, I agree.
It does feel like a lifetime, and she's clearly a natural. So that's first off.
Well, I'm glad you made this a throuple.
Second,
Hi.
when I thought, when I said like, hey, if she would send me a Bud Light seltzer, because I'm not going to purchase a Bud Light seltzer, I'm thinking to myself, no way in hell is anybody actually going to ship somebody a Bud Light seltzer, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Correct.
Right?
I said I am stubborn.
So third of all,
if you call me out, I will do it. What else was in the box, Flex?
I'm an idiot. Well, so she did send me some real goodies.
There's also a Stella.
There was. She sent me some. Some District 96, some Other Half, some Hudson Valley. She sent me her
My
beer. The Mel's.
That's not on tap, nor will it ever be.
The Mel's Dangerous Double IPA.
That's amazing. I love the can, by the way.
It is great.
I designed that.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I love you.
So and then third of all, I'm an idiot for challenging somebody like her. So here we are.
Correct.
Bud Light, seltzer, pumpkin spice, 5%, 100 calories. It has a 3.00 on Untappd, I think.
That's pretty high.
I actually looked it up.
I can't believe you did. I was like, there's no reason. Also, the packaging, I didn't put it in a plastic bag or nothing. I was like, you know what? If this explodes, I think it was Nicole Coley. You guys call her. I think she was the one that was like, oh, it's maple syrup. I was like, yeah, it's maple syrup. Like, okay, because if it explodes, you just need to know.
Deb sends the maple syrup.
Oh, it's Deb.
Yes,
okay.
To Vermont.
Well, Deb, thank you for that gem. I was like, yeah, it's maple syrup from New York. So if it explodes, it's no big deal. It's not a bomb.
Here we go. It is, like you said, Flex. It's a 305 on Untappd out of over 1,100 ratings.
So I'm going to let him describe this one.
Yeah.
I have some choice words.
For the facial expressions.
On the nose, it smells exactly like a pumpkin pie. It really does. It smells very good.
Which I'm sure is what they were going for.
I just hope that's not how they try and reel you in. Like, wow, this smells good, but it tastes like shit. So
I mean, it's made by Bud Light.
As much as my tongue jobber wants to crawl down into my throat.
You need to see the tongue jobber. Drink it.
Here we go.
Oh, I can't wait. Looks like he's drinking water. I swear it's the seltzer. I'm screen grabbing this.
Oh, God, Flex. Oh, I feel this so hard in my soul. Because fun fact, I trialed these. I sampled them with Diana last weekend when I bought them. Whenever I got it. He hates it, America. He hates it.
It's not so good.
It certainly does suck.
I'm not going to down any Bud Light. I'm never going to say anything bad about them because beer world. But my thoughts about this, because there's a couple of them she would not even try, but I feel like they teamed up with Yankee Candle and that they purchased the scent of Yankee Candle and then added it to the seltzer and then asked Yankee Candle for a recipe for the taste of it. And this is, if you were going to eat a candle, this is what it would taste like.
I think you're kind of spot on because it's actually, as I drink it's triggering my gag reflex. It's not.
This was not executed well.
No, it's like
as I continue to sip it because I'm like, you know what? I am that gutter. I am gonna drink it. I'm just gonna still.
No, it's horrible.
As I was saying, Flex, how terrible it is that is not the true pumpkin spice that you would expect from a basic white girl.
It was like somebody told you to close your eyes, right, and open your mouth, and they were gonna feed you pumpkin pie, and they put the fork full of pumpkin pie in your mouth, but then turned the hose on full blast. And then sprayed it in your mouth and then smacked you in the face as hard as they could. That's basically how the Bud Light Seltzer pumpkin spice tastes.
So you liked it?
Your mom would like it. I did not like it.
She probably would, actually.
You're gagging, but Greg is actually vomiting as he watches me continue to drink this after I said it was so terrible. This is
horrible.
the kind of person that I am. I'm like, oh my God, it's bad.
No,
it poured out.
Oh, it's so bad.
It gets in your
stomach. Is it
stomach.
a drain pour? I don't know.
When it gets in your stomach, it keeps making you like, it gives you like the willies. Like it keeps making you twitch. Like it doesn't even want to go inside of you, you know? It's like,
whoa.
Yeah. It's like,
oh my gosh.
Bud Light Seltzer doesn't even want the penetration, you know? It's like, it's totally cool. It's just being friends. Just, you know? Make subtle eye contact, wave when you pass it in the hallways, and just let it be.
So you know the plaid shirt that you wore though when I was like, you have to be Marty McFly, and you were Marty McFly with that one beer, and then you put the
was
plaid
Marty
shirt
McFly for Greg.
I don't care who you were, Marty. You could be Marty McFly for your mom for all I care.
But it was
what I need you to do. I need you to at least post to your story like one of the. Don't put it on your actual grid because I know that wouldn't be embarrassment to you. But like, if you could just like at least on your story, like get in plaid mode with like a lumberjack, like have an axe, and then also have the Bud Light Seltzer, like maybe the green one.
And if you could an axe to the seltzer,
that's a good idea.
That would work. That would be okay. That would work for me.
I have a double-sided axe that I actually stole from a friend. I said, hey, I need this for a beer picture. And he said, hey, I have one. And then I just never gave it back to him.
I think everybody can agree with me. And I think especially, I would say probably Allie and Wendy would also agree that we would like to see you with an axe to that Bud Light Seltzer. So if you got to crack it that way, I'm cool with it. It didn't cost me that much.
I mean, flex swing an axe, I'm all in.
Right? I mean, I think all of America is.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Do you have that shipyard? Can you trial the shipyard now so we can like at least cleanse your palate with something that's not Bud Light Seltzer? You're getting rid of two in one shot though.
It's true.
You don't have to finish them. He's dying.
Yeah,
he's so angry and like
you can't make me do this.
You're right.
I don't get paid enough for this.
You're also right.
The shipyard's so much better. The shipyard is so I will go ahead and take over. I'm sorry, Greg. I know this is your gig, but
not anymore.
I feel like once you have Mel on the show, that's it. And on that note, Beergirl staying and everybody else is out. But Shipyard did a better job in the sense that it's a seltzer with an essence of pumpkin spice as opposed to like a lot of fake shit and chemical. Okay. I'll just say that. So cheers.
So is that what you're drinking now? Is the Shipyard one?
Yeah, I had to just cleanse my palate of that Bud Light. I just couldn't. I have no more beer. I have nothing else. I have no water. I had to cleanse seltzer with seltzer. And Greg is like, this girl. He's like, oh my gosh. Yep.
Well, it's the first and last time having you on. It was great.
He's like, we can never be friends again. Please send me nothing. Forget that I even know you. And
Flex, you're not allowed to be friends with her. Oh, I love the reaction. You need a barf bucket.
I did tell Greg that it was going to be terrible in advance. I didn't tell you. Yeah. I was like, Greg, this is fucking terrible. I was like, this is pretty damn bad.
We mutually agreed to wait for you to see what you thought. We could have warned you and been like, Flex, it's going to taste like a dirty pumpkin butthole, but no, we let you go for it.
I mean, I'm pretty good at deciding what the worst thing you could drink ever when you challenge me, like hence the old E40 for shredded brew, which he ended up getting Natty Daddy. With Booze League when they lost, I was like, you guys kind of need to do like Old E or something.
The Lose League. Let's get it right.
Did they do it? I've been waiting. No. Come on. I'm like, I will even.
No, they don't pay.
Listen, I am such a good team player that I will actually even drink it with you. I'm not even friends with you guys in the Booze League. Not that we're not. You're cool as hell, but I will even drink it with you to be like, this is okay to do.
Yeah, I mean, Nicole's cool as hell.
Oh,
leave
she
it there.
is. Yeah, she's dope.
Shots fired.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I'm currently losing to one of them in fantasy football. I don't know who.
I'm losing to everyone in fantasy. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose the league. I'm not going to win once.
It's been a bad start, let me tell you. 2 weeks in, it has not been good.
I'm about to lose everything in my stomach.
I feel like I think Flexy's about to throw up.
I think so too.
I see it in his face. He's struggling here. He's literally riding the struggle bus.
Very uncomfortable right now.
I see that in you.
Flex, I'm going to happily give you a break if you'd like to, go grab a beer or another seltzer to cleanse the palate. Like, don't sit here and suffer if you could fix this in an easy way.
He doesn't know what to do.
I don't. I don't even know what to do right now. It's so bad.
I'll see you.
This is. I don't even.
I can't stop laughing. I'm so sorry. It's so rude because I care about you so much, and you're struggling hard. Wow. I didn't think it was going to affect you that much.
It's terrible. It's like you said with the Yankee Candle. It feels like I literally just ate and chewed wax.
Yes,
and now wax is sitting in my gut, and wax shouldn't be in guts.
It's like a stone.
Wax might taste better.
Meanwhile,
I'm actually in that boat right now, thinking that wax is actually a better substitute than a seltzer.
Yeah, it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Greg's got that nice 12.2% over there. Did you finish it? And he's like, this is just like nice, boozy. I feel good. I'm laughing at Flex over here who's chewing back. He's like, chew it back, man. Chew it back. Come on.
Keep it down. Come on, bro.
I just burped a little bit, and I feel a little bit better.
Was it all air? Did you get any chunks?
No chunks.
Oh, good. Well,
thank goodness.
Here's what I'm going to do.
I'm giving you a no hurl guarantee.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, Lord.
Let me ask you this, Flex. We have 2 more stories to get through. Can you handle it?
Greg, I'm a trooper. Let's do it.
You can hear him salivating. He was like, I'm a trooper. He's like,
I'm a trooper.
Story away, Greg.
Well, let me tell you the great news from the land of Anheuser-Busch.
That's not. Oh, Jesus.
okay, well, there's none of that.
They are launching a non-alcoholic version of Stella that they'll be calling Liberté.
Now, how can you make Stella any worse than it already is? Take
Pull out
the
the
alcohol out of it.
Yep.
Anybody who drinks Stella and you think it's an all right beer, you're an idiot. And you need to stop drinking altogether. Plain and simple.
Right.
Yep.
Why? I don't get it.
True story. I used to drink Stella, and I remember one day I was at a bar and I ordered a Stella, and I was like, "This tastes weird." And this is way before I was into craft. Obviously, I was drinking a Stella. I was like, "This tastes weird. It doesn't taste right." So I downed it, ordered another one, thought maybe it was like a bad bottle or something. I was like, "This still does not taste right." And so I Googled it, and like a month before, Stella had sold to Budweiser. Like there was a clear difference after selling out. It was interesting. That was kind of my first sight into like, oh, Budweiser buys things and makes them
shitty,
watery.
Yes.
Yeah, shitty, just like Budweiser.
Skunky.
Yeah. And then more Budweiser news. They're also going to release a 0-carb beer. So you get on board with, I'll take the seltzer. Thanks. According to
exactly. Exactly. True story. I haven't had a Bud Light in years, and I'm sorry, but I'm interrupting you again, Greg. But I had one for the first time in probably 4 years, and wow, what the fuck was I thinking?
I did that recently too. I was playing beer pong with somebody, and they poured up, as you would. Why would you use good beer for beer pong?
Never.
They poured in some Bud Light, and I was like, it's fine. It's beer pong. And I went to like hit the first one. I was like, oh my God. Like, what happened here? Like, give me a Coors Banquet or something at the very least.
Right.
It's like being hit by a brick.
At least it has flavor.
Like shit brick in your mouth.
Yeah,
Jesus.
So. And then finally, well, on this. According to the Zudabi report. Nailed it. North Dakota has the most drunk driving in the country. Can you guys guess the other top 5 states?
I would have thought Wisconsin would have been on it, which I wouldn't have been proud of.
Surprisingly not. Yeah.
Would not have been proud of, since we have a lot of the drunkest cities in the world.
Right.
Or in the country, I should say, not world. But I have no guesses, because my guess would have been Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think Missouri. I'm going to go with St. Louis.
You are wrong, my friend. So North Dakota is leading the race, followed out by Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, and Texas. The Dakotas really loading up on their booze.
And I mean, their population is 1,700, so...
Is it that many now? Have they expanded?
Sounds like a lot of big states with not much going on.
Correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no Uber there. There's no Uber.
But Texas, I mean, a lot of people in Texas.
I mean, I think we all know Texas doesn't give a fuck.
No, I mean, they don't even allow the encyclopedia,
care.
So.
Yeah, they're doing whatever they want to do.
Beer recipes, those idiots.
Yeah, Texas has made it very clear where they stand. All right, well, we made it. We made it to the end. Tech problems and all. Here we are. We're still here. We sort of made it for now.
I'm only kind of here.
Yeah. Flex has thrown up 3 times.
Correct. He also is going to have his stomach pumped in about an hour or 2. So stay tuned for that. And Greg only had to deal with me slightly, and I had to sign on and off about 17 times. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 15,
18?
but 17's probably right. Yeah,
Okay.
I lost count after 13. It's that 12.5%.
Just for the record, I didn't throw up at all.
Yes, you did.
I will edit that out.
We saw it happen.
Yeah.
We saw it happen, and I know, and I will vouch for Greg that you did.
Yeah, we both saw it, so that's 2 against 1.
Sorry, buddy.
So with that, I will say a very hefty hello to Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
She has now turned off her radio. At least she made it almost to the end.
It's the Seltzer talking.
That would be like, hey, Vanessa. That's the Seltzer talking. Oh, dear. All right, I'm going to hit some music. We're going to wrap things up. You can find Melissa on the gram at Beergirl Melissa, and there's an underscore between girl and Melissa. Beergirl_Melissa. You find Flex on the gram at FlexMeABeer, underscores in between. You find us at craftbeerrepublic.com and Craft Beer Republic on the socials. And don't forget, Drunk Dial is 805-538-BEER, 2337.
And on that note... Oh, I totally tried hitting it for you.
I was going to thank Melissa for hanging out, and you were trying to cut her off, and what a dick. Melissa, thank you for hanging out.
Well, thanks for having me. I'll get a hotspot next time so I don't screw everything up. Apparently, my Ethernet wire did not work.
Just get that hamster a little snack next time. We'll get it going a little faster. It'll be fine. Thanks to you all for listening, and stay very well hydrated. On that note, good night, everybody.
And Beer Girls out.